From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Friday morning. We're still just tracking the Williams mine fire in southwestern Yakima County. It's burning to the south of Mount Adams. And interestingly enough, even though acreage and containment on this thing did not update yesterday, we are seeing a couple of active hotspots now on the northern perimeter of the fire. So that just kind of underscores how yesterday was hotter and drier. And this is only going to get exacerbated potentially by some more hot and dry weather as we head into the weekend. But thankfully, that's the only fire that is burning within the region. Now on to temperatures in the 40s and 50s, 49 for Tri-Cities, 53 for Hanford, 44 for Sunnyside. So all of us need some sort of jacket for this morning. A little bit later today, it's going to be a little bit hotter compared to yesterday. We'll be a few degrees above average and then much hotter into Labor Day weekend, which is why heat advisories have been posted for pretty much the entirety of the viewing area. For some sections, it goes for Sunday. For other sections, it goes for both Saturday and Sunday. So I'll tell you just how hot we're going to be. Also, I'll tell you about just how hot we're going to be for today. That's going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, crews responding to an RV that catches on fire in Kennewick. Why traffic had to be stopped across the street, plus what safety tip officials are reminding the public about.
The man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students was back in court. We have the update on the Brian Koberger case.
And still ahead, Labor Day travel is in full swing, with today being an extremely busy day for airports all across the nation. Plus, how gas prices are faring this year. We have everything you need to know to prepare. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jill Sperling. It is Friday, August 30th. And unfortunately, Jessica, it's not time to pull out the sweaters yet or the jackets.
It was for the past 2 days and not anymore because it's just getting warmer, at least for now.
Got to keep that sunscreen handy.
I know. We'll have more on that later with our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. But we're going to start off your top stories in Sunnyside. The city is facing a $4 million deficit.
And now a city council member is pointing the finger at Sunnyside's mayor. At this week's city council meeting, council member Vicky Frausto brought forward a proposition of no faith in the city's current mayor, Dean Broersma.
She says it's because he allowed a budget to be passed despite it being in a $4 million deficit.
So when we met on Saturday, there were some comments made by Mayor Broersma that just didn't sit well with me. As a matter of fact, I had called for a recess because I was that infuriated. One of those comments was, we chose to kick the can down the road because we knew new council was going to come in and was going to be able to deal with this mess. I find that troubling. I find that as a malpractice of leadership. I don't find integrity at all, and I don't find responsibility in that.
By the end of the meeting, the proposition passed 4-3.
No final decision has been made, but we will keep you posted.
In Kennewick, fire crews responded to reports of an RV on fire that was spreading to nearby trees.
This happened yesterday just before 7 p.m. at 117th South Washington Street. Crews got the fire under control within 9 minutes. KFD says no one was inside the home. Firefighters had traffic temporarily blocked to prevent people from driving over the fire hose, which stretched across Washington Street to attach to the closest fire hydrant.
It's always good to have a hose from your domestic water supply or a fire extinguisher or a bucket so that you can quickly extinguish any fire that gets out of control. We're moving into a warm, dry weekend, so we worry about winds or embers blowing into dry grass. So again, just having some tools available to quickly extinguish a fire.
KFD is reminding people to not drive over fire hoses because it could cause the hose to burst and stop the flow of water. It could also injure people, and fire hydrants and engines can become damaged and unusable if a hose gets torn off.
No one was injured in the fire, and the cause is under investigation.
Now to another fire in Kennewick. While crews were removing smoldering items from the RV fire, they received a call about a dumpster fire a few blocks away at 11 North Auburn Street. 2 of the crews from the RV fire responded to the dumpster fire, and they were able to put it out quickly.
We have an update now on the bus that landed in a Richland yard after taking down a traffic light Wednesday night.
It happened on Thayer and Lee Boulevard. The Richland Police Department says the crash happened when the bus was struck by another vehicle.
RPD considers it a hit and run, and they were able to find and arrest that driver. This bus crash happened in the new Ben Franklin Transit CEO's first week.
He was going up the hill, so he could not see. The bus had the green light and was coming across. The car ran the red light, struck our bus, which then pushed us into the light pole and then onto the private property.
RPD says the bus driver had minor cuts and shoulder pain after the crash, and there were no passengers on board at the time.
Crews were on the scene yesterday morning working to repair the signal, which delayed the morning commute around Richland High School and Carmichael Middle School, turning the signal into a four-way stop.
And Ben Franklin Transit's new Chief Executive Officer, Thomas Drost, who you just saw, has worked all sorts of jobs in transit all over the country. He's still getting the lay of the land, but he says with his experience, he's ready to take on the challenge.
Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald talked to him about what he hopes for as he takes the reins.
Thomas Drost still remembers the date he started in transit.
February 24th, 1999, that was my first day in this industry. Started out as a bus operator, and then just over the 25 years, I promoted from bus operator to supervisor and dispatcher and manager. And then from there, my career grew.
He's worked in mostly metropolitan areas in the past, Atlanta, Los Angeles, and Phoenix. Now he's turning the Tri-Cities into his home. And as far as the job goes,
I see that it has great bones, great structure. I see the workforce as being very knowledgeable. I just in speaking to many of the folks here at Ben Franklin, very personable, very welcoming. Some of the challenges I see, nothing specific, but I don't see any challenge that we can't overcome in comparison to maybe some of the other agencies that I've been at, where it's a little bit bigger, a little bit more complex.
Drost says he's managed agencies with anywhere from 200 to 2,000 employees. And in 25 years in transit, BFT, with around 400 employees, may be one of these smaller transit agencies he's been a part of, but that makes the connections and relationships all the better.
I'm definitely happy to be here at Ben Franklin Transit. I've definitely been pleasantly surprised at what has fell into my lap related to the agency, the facilities, and most importantly, the workforce.
123 northbound.
When he looks at the Tri-Cities, Drost says he sees a breath of fresh air. In Kennewick, I'm Riley Fitzgerald with Apple Valley News Now.
BFT services nearly 1,000 bus stops and has more than 400 employees, classified in the small category for transit agencies.
We told you about the listeria outbreak from the Boar's Head Deli Meats. Well, the facility the contamination is potentially stemming from was found to have bugs and mold. We have the new details coming up.
But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your weather forecast. Good morning, Northwest. We'll be right back.
Who do you call if you've been injured in an accident? Call the law firm whose lawyers have lived and worked right here in our community for many years. Call Allen Brecky Law Offices, 735-0546. Call now. They're waiting to help you.
This summer, turn moments into lifelong memories with Broadmoor RV. Feel the thrill of adventure and the warmth of togetherness. Explore the great outdoors with the comfort of home, and let every adventure become a story worth sharing. Broadmoor RV, we make camping fun.
Labor Day is finally here. It's our biggest savings event of the year, and you'll find huge savings on our newest fall arrivals for every room in your home. During the Labor Day event, you'll get a full 60 months to pay with absolutely no interest and no money down. Or for cash purchases, we'll subtract the tax. Join us this Labor Day weekend with special hours Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Hurry in to your local Moore Furniture showroom for the best selection.
For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
Buy more, save more during the 4-day Super Labor Day sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 amazing days to get $100 off every $1,000 you spend. With the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed, it's the perfect time to refresh your living room, dining room, bedroom, or fall into a new mattress. Check out special purchases and doorbusters while they last, or get 60 months no interest financing. But hurry, the 4-day Super Labor Day sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
Who do you call if you've been injured in an accident? Call the law firm whose members are an active part of our community and contribute through United Way, Red Cross, Rotary International, and other charities and community organizations.
Good Morning Northwest streams all day at AppleValleyNewsNow.com and our mobile apps. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We only have some very light smoke and haze in the region for this morning. A little bit of it in Walla Walla County, some of it into northern Umatilla County. But let's show you what happens with this over the next couple of days. And as we put this into motion, you'll notice that there's just not going to be much in the forecast for today. Our air quality should be pretty good. But into the late evening, we could have some thicker smoke starting to approach from the south and east in the southern portions of Umatilla and Morrow counties. And then into tomorrow, looks like the haze will be in the foothills, in the Blues, and also in the lower Columbia Basin, but all of it should be pretty light stuff, and we're not expecting any significant reductions in air quality. Okay, here's your CoCast for today for the Tri-Cities. Just some jacket stuff, light jacket stuff for this morning, but come time for the late morning, it's already going to be t-shirt weather, and then we'll hold on to that for the rest of today, as we'll end up being a few degrees above average for this time of the year. Most of us will end up in the 90s today with plenty of sunshine, so all in all, not a bad Friday forecast. But as we head into the weekend, we start to trend much hotter. We have heat advisories, and I talked about this a couple minutes back, but we have heat advisories in place for Saturday and Sunday for most of the viewing area. And then on the tail end of that, a little lightning chance. So that'll make our palms a little sweaty when it comes to the potential of fire starting. So I'll touch on all of that as we head into the holiday weekend coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. A major alert for consumers this morning as a deli meat recall remains in effect for listeria contamination. Dozens have gotten sick, and in some cases, people have died. Americans are advised to take a close look inside their refrigerators because officials fear that the contaminated products may still be in some kitchens. John Lawrence reports.
Jarrett, Virginia, the epicenter of the largest listeria outbreak the U.S. has seen in more than a decade.
Same. People losing lives for nothing.
The source of the outbreak? Deli meat from this Boar's Head plant. The Department of Agriculture reports 69 non-compliances at that facility within the past year, where inspectors say they found mold, insects, both dead and alive, as well as puddles of blood on the floor.
They've been around the clock working, I guess, trying to fix it up and settle the problem, but it shouldn't have been a problem to begin with.
The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says at least 57 people have been hospitalized in 18 states due to infection. 9 are confirmed dead. Boar's Head recalled more than 7 million pounds of its meats, primarily liverwurst, but also ham, sausage, bologna, hot dogs, and bacon. The company has paused production at the Virginia plant, saying in a statement, quote, "We deeply regret the impact this recall has had on affected families."
Hopefully they get under control.
Boar's Head officials also say they're working to prevent this from happening again. In the meantime, some retailers, like this one in Norfolk, are going elsewhere for now.
Actually, we replace it with some good premium meat as things settles down and Boar's Head clears it up. Yeah, we will use it again.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
More information on the recall is available on the CDC's website. Consumers who find these potentially infected products are asked to return them to the place they bought them or throw them away. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, as Election Day approaches, the United States Postal Service is outlining new plans to make sure everyone's ballots are mailed securely. Details coming up.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. And your Ford dealer is the place to start. Get power and capability with gas, hybrid, or all electric. But more important than the power you choose is what you choose to do with it.
Let Quantum Legal protect you and be your champion on the legal battleground. Whether it's a fight for justice in the face of criminal accusations, personal injury claims, or workplace accidents, Quantum Legal is your unwavering ally. An aggressive offense is your greatest defense. Quantum Legal is the sword and shield you've been seeking. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider. So switch to Spectrum and get a powerful network that connects nearly 500 million devices.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with free modem, no data caps, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee when you level up to a gig. Call 1-855-735-1336 or scan to call.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming with the most reliable internet speeds. Get a powerful network that millions of customers rely on. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with 99.9% network reliability, no added taxes or hidden fees, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee. Call 1-855-735-1336.
Call now.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. And your Ford dealer is the place to start. Get power and capability with gas, hybrid, or all electric. But more important than the power you choose is what you choose to do with it.
Every fall, our lives reset a bit as kids head back to school.
Soon, classrooms like this one will be filled with young minds ready to learn.
At Good Morning Northwest, we're here to help make your back-to-school transition just a little easier. Find out what happened overnight, what's breaking, and what's coming.
Plus, my first alert, school bus forecast, and day planner, so you'll be ready for whatever's out there.
Back to school made easier with Good Morning Northwest, 5 to 7 weekdays from Apple Valley News Now.
Your official back-to-school station.
Always on your side.
Get ready for the Seattle Kraken all season on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at the baseball diamond there with the Dust Devils. This view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils in Pasco. The Birds, as always, having their party in the outfield. All right, a little bit later today, we're going to have highs that'll end up being in the 90s, so it's going to be pretty toasty out there, a few degrees above average for this time of the year. Plenty of sunshine, pretty good air quality, and light winds out there overall. And then for tonight, overnight lows dropping down into the 50s for the most part. Could have some low 60s for the foothills of the Blue Mountains, so a little bit milder compared to what we're dealing with for this morning. Skies will continue to be pretty clear. Air quality will continue to be pretty good, and winds will continue to be pretty light. So overall, a nice evening. And then you see highs will surge up into the mid-90s in the basin for Saturday, up around 100 for Sunday. So we'll be about 10 to 15 degrees above average, and we hold on to the 90s well into next week. So we're going to have this, I would call this a late August, early September heat wave, and the National Weather Service in Pendleton definitely agrees with that, as they've gone with the heat advisory in place for the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, the Lower Columbia Basin, and for the foothills of the Blues for Saturday and Sunday. But just for Sunday for the eastern slopes of the Cascades and for the southern Blues in Morrow and Umatilla County. So if you're going to be outside for an extended period of time, of course, pack the water, pack the sunscreen, all the stuff we always tell you. We'll have more heat safety tips coming up a little bit later in the show. But also our vegetation is going to be pretty dry, which makes us a little concerned about this lightning potential for Labor Day. It's mainly going to be up in the Blue Mountains, but we'll track it very closely. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Haze and heat increasing for Saturday, near 100 for Sunday, and staying in the 90s after that. For Yakima, highs peaking in the mid-90s for Sunday, cooler with a small shower chance for Labor Day. And then for Ellensburg, will be near 100 for Sunday, cooler with breezes picking up for Monday and Tuesday. For Hermiston, likely hitting 100 this weekend, low to mid-90s from Monday through Thursday. And then for Walla Walla, hot and dry through Sunday, cooling off with small shower chances for Monday and Tuesday.
Thank you, Josh. In political news now, as we get closer to the November general election, the United States Postal Service is preparing by outlining its security plans. The agency says it's working to improve the safe delivery of mail-in ballots close to or on Election Day. Those efforts include additional pickups, extra deliveries, and special mail sort plans to expedite ballot delivery. The USPS says this will begin in late October. Lastly, the U.S. Postal Inspection Service plans to implement rigorous security protocols and also extra monitoring for potential threats. The U.S. Army releases a statement regarding former President Donald Trump's campaign stop at the Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia. To backtrack, Trump was visiting the cemetery to honor 13 military service members killed in Afghanistan 3 years ago. The Army says the Trump campaign was made aware of federal laws, regulations, and policies that prohibit any political activities on the cemetery grounds. Now, the Trump campaign posted a video on TikTok showing Trump visiting the grave sites. A spokesperson for the Army says a cemetery official attempted to stop Trump's team from filming the area. The spokesperson says the cemetery employee was, quote, abruptly pushed aside. The Trump campaign has denied this. The Army says, quote, this incident was unfortunate, and it's also unfortunate that the ANC employee and her professionalism has been unfairly attacked. The Army also says the incident was reported to military police and that the employee is not pressing charges, so the Army considers this matter closed. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Tom Hanks is the latest actor to speak out over artificial intelligence. We have the details coming up in your entertainment headlines.
Driving safely is all about the little things, like giving folks a break, even at unmarked crosswalks, making plenty of space for people riding, and choosing to wait for the next green light by slowing down and stopping on yellow. Because when you're the biggest and the fastest, you've got to be the safest, too. Together, we get there.
Bull riding, the perfect fusion of strength, skill, and pure willpower. Professional bull riders aren't just athletes. They're daredevils with cowboy souls. Come experience the true modern West, where 8 seconds of glory will create a lifetime of memories. It's the PBR Challenger Series. PBR Kennewick at Toyota Center, September 6th and 7th. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com, PBR.com, and the box office. Hold on tight. The ride of your life is about to begin.
Swing into Fred's Appliance today for our Labor Day Super Sale and discover unbeatable deals and save quality time to spend with your family. Upgrade your kitchen with the sleek and spacious LG refrigerator for just $18.99 after a $100 mail-in rebate. With its innovative cooling technology and generous storage capacity, keep your food fresher for longer while enjoying the modern design that complements any kitchen decor. At Fred's, we sell appliances. Only appliances.
Distinct 1 to 5 to 7, 9, 10.
Are you suffering from stomach pain, a sprained ankle, or does your child have cold or flu-like symptoms? When sudden illness or minor injuries occur, Astria Rapid Care is here for you. Our providers can see you right away with no appointment necessary. Astria Rapid Care is the place for minor emergencies, sprains, cuts, and more, with convenient locations in Prosser, Sunnyside, and Toppenish. Astria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
Drive into summer with a new Honda Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, or the all-new Civic Hybrid. Take a vacation, staycation, or just a weekend drive with the windows down. Whatever you do, make it epic with Honda. The 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Overall EV and Hybrid Brand. So act now. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment headlines, Tom Hanks is the latest actor to speak out over deceptive marketing using AI.
Yesterday, Hanks warned on his Instagram to his followers about a social media ad using his image.
He said the ads were created, quote, fraudulently and through AI, unquote.
The actor says the ads are using his likeness, name, and voice to promote miracle cures and wonder drugs.
Hanks, who's living with type 2 diabetes, acknowledged he only works with board-certified doctors regarding his treatment.
You know, that's got to be really frustrating when it is something that you're living with and you're passionate about, and then
you see things like that. And so many celebrities, he joins a long list of them who have been calling out AI about this.
Yeah. Well, up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6:30, Pasco's annual Fiery Foods Festival is just around the corner, and organizers want to make this year's bigger than ever. So they're adding something new, and we'll tell you what that is in a few minutes.
Speaking of food, a popular chicken and churro place is making its way to the Tri-Cities. You hear from the owner and get a look at plans for the new location. That's all coming up in your next half hour.
Craving our world-famous hand-rolled crisp burritos with creamy, bacony, chipotle, smoky goodness? Try our new smoky pork crisp burrito for a limited time. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
It's the 4-day Super Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out the Summit for only $299.99. Or save up to $1,000 on purple adjustable mattress sets. Take up to $100 off our Doctor's Choice Original lineup and up to $200 off our Doctor's Choice Hybrid lineup. Or get 60 months no interest and free shipping right to your doorstep. Hurry, the 4-day Super Labor Day sale ends Monday.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino is teeing up for the Epson Tour Road to the LPGA Tournament with an exciting round of the $100,000 Go for the Green giveaway. Win up to $5,000 in cash and prizes every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in August. Play with your club wildcard to earn entries every day. Then multiply them up to 10 times on Mondays. Then Saturday, September 7th, 3 lucky players will putt to win up to $10,000 cash. Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton.
Exmark mowers were born to deliver legendary reliability, signature cut quality, and stubborn durability that refuses to give in. Because like you, Exmark mowers were built for this. Save big on Exmark Vertex mowers. Take advantage of instant rebates and bonus fleet discounts for a limited time only.
Experience the difference. Liberty Lawn and Saw on Van Giesen in West Richland.
The Coca-Cola Grandstand is where the action is at this year's Central Washington State Fair. Kicking things off on Saturday, September 21st with epic rodeo action at the Aces Wild Rough Stock Roundup, showcasing some of the very best cowboys and cowgirls competing today. And that's just the start. On September 28th and 29th, catch the high-octane excitement of Insanity Fest, featuring monster trucks, jet truck, and truck pulling like you've never seen before. Get your tickets today at fairfun.com. All event tickets include fair admission.
Only in college football.
Yeah, that's how I get by. Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now honor local volunteers by sharing their stories and donating $1,000 to their favorite charities. To nominate someone who's making a difference in Benton and Franklin counties, just click on Volunteers Count at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Craving our world-famous hand-rolled crisp burritos with creamy, bacony, chipotle, smoky goodness? Try our new smoky pork crisp burrito for a limited time. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, it is getting back to hot temperatures. We're going to be talking about hot foods later on. Mm-hmm. It's not being Fallujah anymore for me.
No, we had our 2 days. Fall had its little moment. Now we're back into summer.
It'll come back.
Fall's it's not just gonna have its moment, it's gonna have its season. So
yes. All right,
hold your horses.
Seasons.
Yeah. But for right now, temperatures, they're not feeling all that bad this morning. Mostly in the 50s. I think we do have some 60s in the foothills. I'm going to amend that on the fly. Actually, it's mainly just 40s and 50s for this morning. Maybe tonight it could be 50s and 60s. But for right now, you're taking a live look at some sunshine. Well, the sun trying to rise above the horizon in Kennewick. A little bit of haze up in the sky for this morning, but it's very light haze. No significant reductions in air quality. Like I said, temperatures in the 40s and 50s, mid 50s for the foothills of the Blues. So all of us need some sort of light jacket out there. A little bit later today, more t-shirt weather. We're going to be near 90 for most locations within the viewing area, so we'll be a few degrees above average for this time of the year. It's going to feel a little bit hotter than that in the direct sunshine. We do have a heat advisory in place for Saturday and Sunday, as will be even hotter. This goes for the valleys, basin, and foothills for Saturday and Sunday. It goes for the east slopes of the Cascades and the Blues for just Sunday. But here's how to stay safe in the heat. If you're going to walk the pets, the earlier the better. Be sure that the kids are staying hydrated. Be sure that you're staying hydrated if you're working outside. Take plenty of breaks in the shade, and also check on those vulnerable populations, especially the elderly. And I'll show you what all this hot and dry weather is doing to our vegetation. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. The man accused in the killings of 4 University of Idaho students was back in court yesterday.
This as attorneys for Brian Kohberger pushed to move his trial moved out of Latah County. Kohberger's attorneys argue that finding an unbiased jury in the close-knit college town of Moscow is nearly impossible. They want the trial held about 300 miles away in Boise. The defense says Latah County has received more media coverage on this case than any other county in the state.
And they argue this overload of media coverage has corrupted prospective jurors to presume Kohberger to be guilty before the trial begins.
And the right to a fair trial cannot happen in Latah County. There is way too much media coverage. It is biased media coverage. It has impacted the potential juror, and it causes bias in the potential juror.
The prosecution, on the other hand, says there has been media coverage of this case everywhere. Boise is not an exception.
The fact is, Your Honor, this case has media coverage everywhere. That is something that was acknowledged by the defense, and that is something that is abundantly clear in these surveys.
The trial, which could see Kohberger face the death penalty, is set to begin in June of 2025.
Kohberger has pleaded not guilty to 4 counts of first-degree murder.
An announcement from the Natchez Fire Department.
It's been selected to receive a FEMA Assistance to Firefighters grant for all new air packs. The self-contained breathing apparatus are what allows them to enter burning structures and hazardous environments.
Firefighters say the current packs are compliant with standards from the year 2002, and there have been significant advancements in the technology over the last 20 years. 2 other fire districts across the state will also be granted funding. The total grant award for all 3 districts is over $690,000.
A local small business that started off in Grandview has now made its way to the Tri-Cities.
Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma reports what business this is and when it's set to open.
I sat down with the owner of Javi's Chicken and Churros, Francisco Javier Gonzalez, and he says his culture influenced the start of his business.
You know, you grow up in a Mexican family, you learn how to like barbecue, learn recipes from, you know, your parents and stuff, and I've always loved cooking.
Aside from his Grandview and Sunnyside location, Gonzalez says Tri-Cities was always a goal for him to have his restaurant in.
Tri-Cities was always my first choice. It was just very expensive to get into this market. You know, but luckily I was able to find this location, and it was actually in the city that I really wanted to be in Pasco, you know, just because, you know, it has the bigger population of Hispanics.
Gonzalez says although he now has 3 different locations, it didn't come within a blink of an eye.
When we first bought the spot in Sunnyside, we were going to start remodeling, and then COVID hit, so then we had to stop for like almost a year, and we were just kind of carrying, you know, the contract for that, and not making too much money. So, you know, we did get really lucky with the Grandview community, though. They really helped us out.
Gonzalez says what helps him keep pushing forward is his legacy and family.
I think just the passion of you know, this. I feel like this brand, you know, the Javi's Chicken and Churros brand, is starting to kind of like, take off. And I know in the end it's going to pay off. I mean, I have 3 little kids too that, I want them to have like a good work ethic. Like my oldest one, he's 8 years old, and he loves like helping out around the restaurant whenever he's not in school or whatever. He's always like, let's go to the restaurant, let's go help customers and stuff. So I don't know, I feel like it's like a family, kind of like business.
Gonzalez says for anyone thinking to open a business, you only miss the shots you don't take.
At least try it. Like, it's better if you try it. Even if you fail, you're never gonna live with the doubt that like, oh, I could have done that or I could have done this.
Gonzalez says he plans on opening his new location by the end of September. Reporting in Pasco, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
Gonzalez says he's already working on his next addition to his business with his cousin, which is a series of food trucks, and one is being built right now called Javi's Food Truck.
Well, the city of Pasco's annual Fiery Foods Festival is just around the corner.
Pasco officials say they want to make the event even bigger this year, so they'll be adding in a new challenge. And that challenge is a taco eating contest to see who can eat the most tacos in 5 minutes. Registrations will open next week.
The city also says that spots are limited and you have to be at least 18 years old to participate.
We are taking 8 registrants. What we're going to do is we're going to create a list of however many people sign up, and then we will randomly select 8 people to do the contest.
Also new this year, a beer garden and the city of Pasco will be selling festival swag to help fund next year's festival. And at 12:45 on Saturday the 14th is the VIP pepper eating contest. You can watch our Riley Fitzgerald and Monique Ledesma as they take part.
Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, today's a busy travel day with Labor Day weekend in full swing. We have a look at how gas prices are faring and what you need to know if you're flying.
Plus, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth will have your weather forecast. We'll be right back.
Good Morning Northwest streams all day at AppleValleyNewsNow.com and our mobile apps.
Something is weird. Look around. All possible Triple Play customers are perfectly represented right now.
Wait, really?
There's the family, the group of adult friends, kids on their school trip,
and the first date couple, and the grandparents with their grandkids.
It's just too perfect. I knew it. They're shooting a commercial.
I thought we were better than that.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
We just thought
if it's hidden, you might get bitten.
Labor Day is finally here. It's our biggest savings event of the year, and you'll find huge savings on our newest fall arrivals for every room in your home. During the Labor Day event, you'll get a full 60 months to pay with absolutely no interest and no money down. Or for cash purchases, we'll subtract the tax. Join us this Labor Day weekend with special hours Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Hurry into your local More Furniture showroom for the best selection.
GOAT is in town. The Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days is bringing back the PRCA Rodeo. You will see some of the best cowboys and cowgirls in the business. Don't miss a night of action starting on August 30th. Pick up your tickets today. The GOAT is happening for 5 full days at the Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days, August 28th to September 1st at the fairgrounds in Walla Walla.
We know what you want in a chainsaw. Husqvarna chainsaws deliver the performance, comfort, and precision cutting you need to get the job done quickly and safely. Gas or battery powered, it's what precision cutting is all about. And for every job in any environment, your Husqvarna dealer has a professional series chainsaw that works as hard as you do, setting the standard in outdoor power equipment trusted by professionals around the world. And to make things better, we're introducing our extended limited consumer warranty. Find the Husqvarna chainsaw that's right for you at Liberty Lawn and Saw in West Richland.
Save now with Cascade Farm and Outdoors' latest mailer. Watch for it in your mailbox or pick up a copy in store. It's the perfect time to get the perfect pair of jeans. Save now on women's premium jeans. Stock up on Golden Fire or Lignetic's 40-pound stove fuel pellets. Plus, compare and save on Nutrina NatureWise 40-pound layer feed crumbles or pellets on sale now. Reap big savings store-wide with our latest mailer at Cascade Farm and Outdoor. Northwest, homegrown, honest values.
When Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather forecasted weekend thunderstorms,
we're going to see some heavy showers,
especially in Yakima and Kittitas County.
Viewers told us that their phone weather apps didn't mention them.
Weather apps show no rain or thunderstorms in Sunnyside, Yakima area.
The weather app says nothing but sunshine. Who do I listen to?
That Saturday was one of the biggest days of thunderstorms we've seen in recent memory. Trust the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather team to get it right. Unlike weather apps, we're local and on your side. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now, temperatures are in the 40s and 50s in Kittitas County, 47 for Ellensburg, a nice brisk 40 for Cle Elum, 57 degrees for Vantage. And then in the Yakima Valley, in the lower valley, we're in the 40s. In the upper valley, mostly in the 50s, although we are at 45 officially in Yakima. And then for the lower Columbia Basin, 40s and 50s as well. 49 for the Tri-Cities, 53 up towards Hanford, 50 for Umatilla. And then for the foothills of the Blues, we're all in the 50s. And then for the Blue Mountains, 30s and 40s for some of the higher terrain for places like Meacham and Ukiah. A little bit later today, we're going to end up around 90 degrees in the Tri-Cities, not just in the Tri-Cities, but for Ellensburg and for Yakima and for Hermiston and for Walla Walla. All of us are going to end up near 90 degrees, a few degrees above average for this time of the year. We'll be even hotter as we head into Saturday and Sunday. A little dip in the temperatures for Monday, but at that point, our vegetation will have endured a bit of a stretch of some hot and dry weather, which means that our vegetation dryness is going to go up. Remember, the 100th percentile would mean the driest vegetation on record. We're going to have vegetation dryness up into the 86th percentile for Kittitas and Yakima counties with some breezy conditions. Also breezy on Monday for the lower Columbia Basin, where the vegetation dryness is going to be into the 80th percentile, up into the 94th percentile in the Blue Mountains, where we do have a little bit of lightning in the forecast. So we'll track that fire start potential very closely, but I'll show you just how hot we're going to trend to get numbers like this. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Well, we're heading into the Labor Day weekend, and people hitting the road can expect a mixed bag.
Travel conditions are favorable as prices are down, but TSA is preparing for a busy travel day across U.S. airports. And to complicate things even further, SeaTac International Airport is still recovering from last weekend's cyber attack.
Sherelle Hubbard has what travelers need to know before heading out.
Whether traveling by air or by car, millions of Americans have something to celebrate this holiday weekend: lower prices. AAA says overall it's seeing a 2% dip in the cost of domestic travel, and U.S. motorists can expect to pay less for gas. The national average gas price over Labor Day weekend last year was $3.81 per gallon. GasBuddy.com is predicting $3.27 a gallon for Labor Day this year, and people are taking advantage.
People are using their chance in summer to have one last trip at the end of summer.
So where is everyone headed? AAA says top Labor Day destinations are Seattle, Orlando, and Anchorage, Alaska. But travelers are being advised to pack their patience, especially in Seattle, where a cyber attack shut computer systems down Saturday. By Thursday, the airport was still trying to recover.
The biggest impact to passengers has been for those flying internationally and low-volume carriers. These carriers are not able to access our common use online systems during the outage and may still be utilizing manual written boarding passes and luggage checks. This has caused some longer lines for their customers.
Across all U.S. airports, the TSA is expecting an 8.5% increase in passenger volume compared to last year.
Overall, it has just been tremendous to see how many people want to travel.
I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
In Seattle, officials say they still don't have an estimate for when computer systems will be fully restored.
Also, airport officials suggest to leave before noon or after 7 p.m. if you're hitting the roads.
Still ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a toy for infants is being recalled because of a possible choking hazard. Details and more of your top stories coming up in your morning sprint.
And if you're traveling for Labor Day weekend and want to know what the weather will be like, keep it right here. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have those answers in that full weather forecast.
Get to Mercedes-Benz of Yakima or call us and we'll pick up your trade and deliver your new Mercedes right to you during the Power of Choice sale at Mercedes-Benz of Yakima or stevehahn.com.
Thank you for making Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest the most watched local morning news program in our area. What's new, what's now, and what's next, plus first alert weather every 10 minutes. Wake up with Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Chill or grill on a new deck from Par this season. Get a free Makita Bluetooth radio or portable pellet grill with a qualifying Par deck package purchase of wood, TimberTech, or Trex. Visit par.com for details. Par, go where the builders go.
What are you going to build?
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book, arriving in your mailbox this week, or pick up a copy in store. Save $70 on a Philips QLED Smart TV, now just $249.99. Save $4 on a bag of Blue Diamond almonds. Mountain House freeze-dried meal pouches are up to $3 off. Plus, save on 8 packs of Gatorade, now just $6.99. Celebrating 20 years of employee ownership. Save more now with our latest savings book at Bi-Mart.
Drive into summer with the rugged Honda Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Summer is for exploring, so get outdoors, kick up some dust, get muddy, or just find that perfect campsite. All from Honda, the 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. So act now to get an offer you'll love. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic, don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic.
Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Traffic jam.
And I'm already late.
When choosing a pediatrician, find out if the doctor is close to your home and if the practice can accommodate your schedule. More at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
It's the all-new Apple Valley News Now weekend with local news, regional news, first alert weather, and much more every Saturday and Sunday, including a complete wrap-up Sunday night at 11. Apple Valley News Now weekend from Apple Valley News Now, always on your side.
Get to Mercedes-Benz of Yakima or call us and we'll pick up your trade and deliver your new Mercedes right to you during the Power of Choice sale at Mercedes-Benz of Yakima or stevehahn.com.
An awesome water skiing adventure. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6. From Apple Valley News Now, first alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking another live look at Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of Health First. This camera atop our studios here in Kennewick. Seeing a little bit of light haze up in the sky for this morning, but it's mostly sunshine, and we're going to have mostly sunny skies for today. Highs will end up near 90 degrees, so we'll be a few degrees above average for this time of the year. Air quality should be pretty good and wind should be pretty light. And then for tonight, winds continue to stay light, skies continue to stay pretty clear, and overnight lows will drop down into the 50s and maybe even some low 60s for some parts of the foothills of the Blue Mountains. Air quality should, I think I already touched on air quality, should continue to be pretty good for tonight as well. So overall, a pleasant evening. Then we turn the heat up a little bit more for Saturday and a little bit more for Sunday. We'll end up being about 10 to 15 degrees above average by the time we reach Sunday. And well, we'll cool off a little bit for Monday and Tuesday, not by much though. We'll still keep things in the 90s in the lower Columbia Basin for the next 7 days. So that means our vegetation is going to be pretty hot our vegetation is going to be pretty dry because of all the hot and dry weather. More on that fire start potential in a second. But first, the heat, as the National Weather Service in Pendleton has issued this heat advisory for the Kittitas Valley, the Yakima Valley, for the lower Columbia Basin, for the foothills of the Blues. That's for Saturday and Sunday. And then for the eastern slopes of the Cascades and the southern Blues, that is just for Sunday. So of course, if you're going to be outside for an extended period of time, pack the sunscreen, pack the water, take plenty of breaks. Try to stay in the AC if you can. I think that is the best option for this weekend. But again, with the hot and dry weather, with the dry vegetation, we're tracking that little chance for lightning for Labor Day, mostly in the Blue Mountains, but any chance of lightning around this time of the year, especially when things are going to be as dry as they will be, it's worth a mention and worth a look. Okay, here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Haze and heat increasing for Saturday, near 100 for Sunday, staying in the 90s after that. Then for Yakima, highs peaking in the mid-90s for Sunday, cooler with a smaller chance for Labor Day, and then a small shower chance for Labor Day, that is. And then for Ellensburg, near 100 for Sunday, cooler with breezes picking up for Monday and Tuesday. Then for Hermiston, likely hitting 100 this weekend, low to mid-90s for Monday through Thursday. Then for Walla Walla, hot and dry through Sunday, cooling off with small shower chances for Monday and Tuesday. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the bid to move the Idaho murder trial.
I would say this is probably professionally the most difficult decision I've ever had to make.
Suspect Brian Koberger back in court as the judge weighs whether an impartial jury can be seated in the city where the murders occurred. Koberger's attorneys trying to prove the Moscow jury pool is tainted.
There hasn't been positive stories about Brian Koberger. It's negative stories. There's not a media story talking about Brian Koberger's right to be presumed innocent.
The victims' families speaking out to GMA.
It's just one thing after another, except for what needs to happen.
Coming up at 7 a.m., the judge weighs his options as justice hangs in the balance. With your GMA First Look, I'm Kana Whitworth, ABC News, Moscow.
When you have moderate to severe eczema, it's okay to show off. With Dupixent, show off your clearer skin and less itch. Because you have plenty of reasons to show off your skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, you can stay ahead of your eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after first dose. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 6:51. It's time for your 6 o'clock morning sprint.
We start off in your national headlines. Former President Donald Trump is trying to move his hush money case to federal court.
In a petition filed yesterday, Trump's attorneys argue that he's entitled to a federal review in the wake of the Supreme Court's recent decision on presidential immunity. They previously asked the judge to vacate the conviction, arguing evidence of a president's official acts should not have been used in the trial.
In the new filing, Trump's legal team also asked the federal court to confirm Trump cannot be sentenced while litigation over the removal is pending. Trump is scheduled to be sentenced on September 18th.
The U.S. Army has released a statement regarding Donald Trump's campaign stop at the Arlington National Cemetery, saying they were told that political activities are prohibited on the cemetery grounds. A spokesperson for the Army says a cemetery employee tried to stop Trump's team from filming in the area, but that he was, quote, pushed aside.
Now, Trump's campaign has denied this. However, the Army says the incident was reported to military police. Also, that the employee is not pressing charges, so they consider the matter closed.
In your health headlines this morning, inspectors found bugs and mold at a Boar's Head plant in Virginia, which has been linked to a massive deli meat recall. The contaminated meat has killed at least 9 people.
Reports show 69 non-compliances at the plant within the past year. Mold was spotted on doors next to a hand-washing sink and also on the ceiling. Boar's Head says food safety is a priority and that it regrets the impact of the recall. Operations at the plant have been suspended.
Fisher-Price is recalling a dumbbell toy because of a possible choking hazard to infants. The company says the gray caps on the ends of it can come off, and this plastic dumbbell is part of the Baby Biceps gift set.
Fisher-Price received 7 reports of the defect, but no injuries were reported. The toy is sold at several major retailers, including Walmart and Target, and online. In your sports headlines, breaking news from the NHL. The Columbus Blue Jackets confirming this morning NHL player Johnny Gaudreau has died following a, quote, unimaginable tragedy. Gaudreau was 31 years old. His brother Matthew also died.
According to New Jersey State Police, they were on bicycles when they were struck by a suspected drunk driver. Gaudreau was drafted by the Calgary Flames in the 4th round of the 2011 NHL draft. He signed with the Columbus Blue Jackets ahead of the 2022 to 2023 season and tallied 12 goals and 48 assists last season.
Now, here are the top 5 local stories you need to know this morning. The Kennewick Fire Department says no one was inside of an RV when it caught fire yesterday evening. It happened just before 7 p.m. at 117 South Washington Street. Crews got the fire under control within 9 minutes. No one was injured, and the cause of the fire is under investigation.
And we have an update on the bus that landed in a Richland yard after taking down a traffic light Wednesday night. The Richland Police Department says the crash happened when the bus was hit by another car. RPD considers it a hit and run, but they were able to find and arrest that driver. The bus driver had minor cuts and shoulder pain after the crash. There were no passengers on board at the time.
The man accused in the killings of 4 University of Idaho students was back in court yesterday. Attorneys for Brian Koberger are pushing to have his trial moved out of Latah County to Boise, Idaho. The defense says extensive media coverage has corrupted prospective jurors. The judge did not issue a ruling. The trial is set to begin in June of 2025. Koberger has pleaded not guilty to 4 counts of first-degree murder.
The Natchez Fire Department has been selected to receive a FEMA grant for new air packs. The self-contained breathing apparatus are what allows firefighters to enter burning buildings and toxic environments. 2 other fire districts will also be granted funding. The total grant award for all 3 districts is over $690,000.
The City of Pasco's annual Fiery Foods Festival is just around the corner, and there is a new challenge this year. There will be a taco eating contest to see who can eat the most tacos in 5 minutes. Registrations will open next week. The city says spots are limited, and you have to be at least 18 years old to participate. All right, check this out. Universal is sharing a first look at the new Jurassic World movie.
Ooh, so Jurassic World Rebirth will be starring Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, and Jonathan Bailey. ScarJo plays a covert ops expert, Ali plays her partner, and Bailey plays a paleontologist.
This is the 7th film in the 31-year-old dinosaur action franchise, because we always need more sequels.
Yes.
The script was written by David Koepp, I believe, who wrote 1993's original Jurassic Park.
According to the official summary, the movie takes place 5 years after the events depicted in 2022's Jurassic World Dominion.
Jurassic World Rebirth is set to come out on July 2nd, 2025. We don't need another dinosaur movie, but we do always need our weather forecast, don't we, Josh?
Yeah, how about Summer 10, Summer 11, something like that, a sequel, of course. This morning, 40s and 50s feeling pretty good out there, but a little bit later today, back to more seasonal weather. We'll be around 90 degrees. In fact, a few degrees above average for this time of the year, but that gets exacerbated into Saturday, and Sunday will be very much abnormally warm for this time of the year. We have heat advisories posted for much of the region for Saturday and Sunday, a smaller subset of the region just for Sunday. But we're going to be hot, we're going to be dry. Also, we'll track the fire start potential for Labor Day in particular with that lightning chance.
And have a fun and safe Labor Day weekend. Thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find the latest updates on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America is up next, and we'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.